Hey, have you finished getting ready to move out?
Yeah, I already sent all your stuff to your parents' house.
Huh?
My husband was surprised to hear me say that, and my husband didn't expect what was going to happen to him in the end. My name is Rachel. I'm 30 years old and I work in a company. My husband John and I just got married. We were originally classmates who went to the same high school. We weren't dating in high school, we were just friends. But it's not like we kept on seeing each other after graduating from high school, and it was 10 years later that we met again after our graduation. We met again at our high school classmates' wedding, which turned kinda into a reunion, and he and I exchanged contact information as we all had a good time at the party. We hit it off then, and I think it was great that I felt somewhat at home with him. And then we started meeting after work for drinks, and on our days off we would meet up at cafes. Then we grew closer and started going out. We continued to go out, and after about 2 years of going out, we decided to get married. When I was a student, I never thought I would end up marrying him, so you really never know where life will take you. Still, of course, I was very happy that I was getting married, and at the time I thought that I wouldn't want to marry anyone else but him. I was that madly in love with him. We had already greeted each other's parents and met each other's families, and we had a successful wedding. When the video of him introducing everyone at the wedding that we started dating because we met again at the wedding of our classmate from high school, all our guests were filled with excitement. We were so happy that so many people attended and celebrated our marriage and gave their blessings to us. We then went on our honeymoon, and upon our return, our newlywed life began. After we were married, I continued to work. And since we were both working, we were able to earn quite a bit together. Therefore, we often splurged a bit by going to good restaurants and traveling during holidays. Our newlywed life was very enjoyable, and I felt happy every single day. However, such a happy life did not last long, and that's because of my parents-in-law. When my husband and I first got married, he moved into where I lived before I met him. But about half a year after we moved in together, we decided to buy a house.
How about this place?
The pamphlet that my husband brought was that of a condo. What? Are we going to buy a luxurious condo?
We are going to live here for the rest of our lives, so I think it's better to spend the money and invest in a really nice condo.
Ah, okay. I see. My husband had a point. If the environment in which we live our daily lives is comfortable, it will be easier to stay healthy both physically and mentally. I felt that if I did so, I would be able to work harder and earn more money. I took my husband's suggestion and decided to buy a condo. My husband and I went to look at various properties together. As one would expect from a condo, all of the properties were quite nice. The rooms were spacious, the views from the windows were nice, and the kitchens seemed to be easy to cook in with system kitchens. It's hard to decide which one to choose, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
We looked at various properties with excitement. Then after many discussions, we decided on the property we would buy. It was quite an expensive condo, but we felt that it was worth it. It is extremely comfortable, spacious, clean, new, and I feel happy every day. When I look out from my room at night, I can see a beautiful night view. On sunny days with a nice breeze, I go out on the spacious balcony and have a cup of coffee and relax there. My husband seemed very comfortable, and we were spending a happy life in our new house like that. A little while later, however, a problem arose. It all started when my husband invited his parents to our house. Of course, that in itself was fine. I invited my parents too, and I wanted his parents to come over once. So I thought it was fine for them to come, but they liked our house so much that they started coming over again and again. The doorbell rang on my day off. I looked to see who it was, but it was my parents-in-law. Oh, your parents are here again. Did you call them over?
No, I didn't. Well, if they're here to visit, let's let them in.
My husband answers the door as he said that. Normally, it would be rude to come over without any prior notice, and yet my husband let them in without any second thought. Well, it's a very beautiful and nice house no matter how many times I come here.
The view from this window is really great too.
My parents-in-law were so excited, and my parents-in-law sat right on the sofa where my husband and I had just been sitting. Phew, I'm thirsty.
Yes, get me something cold and some snacks as well.
That's what my parents-in-law would order me to do. Why do I have to do that when it's my day off?
Rachel, get what they want, please.
Normally, my husband should try to be more supportive to me, but my husband makes me prepare as if it was a normal thing to do. I think that if that's the case, he should prepare them on his own, but complaining here will only make the situation worse. I've offered my in-laws a drink and some tea and snacks, hoping that they would go home soon. They ate them as if it was normal and relaxed around. Then in the evening, they still stayed and said they were hungry.
So, shall we get delivery?
Saying that, my husband started to call and ask for a delivery of sushi.
Then, Rachel, go buy some drinks.
Huh? You're asking me to go now?
I'll be here with my parents. Or are you going to make me go?
No, I'll go. I was angry that my husband would make decisions like that on his own, and I was also angry that my in-laws were sitting there without any care in the world in the first place. But I would hate it even more if my husband went shopping and left me alone with his parents. So, I went to the supermarket to buy drinks. When I returned home, my husband and in-laws were sitting in the living room talking happily and harmoniously. It would be nice if they didn't come so often, but they come over several times a month, and for me, seeing that, it doesn't make me feel good at all. And my in-laws stay until pretty late to relax around at our place. My husband goes out of his way to order the most expensive sushi, so we have to spend a lot of money. And they charge me for the delivery fee.
Since they've come over, it'd be weird if we don't pay, right?
Then get something cheaper.
I can't do that. My mom and dad will be disappointed, and if I order something cheap, the people who come for a delivery and the people who live here will think we're poor, won't they?
Huh?
Anyway, you have to be aware of your surroundings.
What my husband is trying to say is that you have to make people think that you are rich if you live in a condo like this. So he's saying that asking for a cheap menu is no good because it lowers our reputation. I don't think anyone cares about that at all. My husband developed this kind of strange pride after living here at our condo. And my in-laws came to our house frequently after that, as if it was a normal thing to do. They used to come over only on weekends, but recently they have been coming over after work on weekdays. They came 2 or 3 times a week, so it was almost as if they were living at our place. Recently, they've been saying to my husband,
"If you gave us a duplicate key, we could just come in."
To that, my husband says,
"That's true."
And I do my best to stop him from doing so. Recently, we got into an argument over this issue, and the mood with my husband has been a little sour.
Why can't I just give them a duplicate key? They are my parents.
Even if they were your parents, you wouldn't normally give them a duplicate key to a married couple's house, would you?
Why not? It's inconvenient for my mom and dad, you know.
So you're saying I can give my parents a duplicate key to this place?
Well, that's...
See, you can't say anything now. That's what you're trying to do. If you're being logical, you'd see that it's not normal.
Shut up. Don't lecture me. You're a pain in the butt, you know that?
What do you mean, pain in the butt?
All I said was to give them a duplicate key because they said it was inconvenient for them, didn't I? Don't try to reason with me.
What's with that tone?
You're the one who's being harsh. I'm just trying to do my duty to my parents. Don't get in the way of that.
That's what happened between us, and we stopped talking for a while after that. But I didn't say anything wrong. In fact, I think it was my husband's fault for getting upset. But he still doesn't want to admit his fault. And even in such a situation like this, he invites my in-laws to our place. I don't want to have anything to do with my in-laws anymore, so when he brings them over on his own, I just go out. My husband has been nagging me about it too.
Hey, it's rude to go out when my parents are here, isn't it?
Why do I even have to be there? We're just lounging around, relaxing and talking, that's it.
That's the main thing. They're here to visit us, so we're all just supposed to relax and talk. You're the one who's supposed to serve drinks and tea and snacks to mom and dad, right?
Since they're here so often, there's no need for me to be there and serve them, right? They should prepare their own drinks and snacks. Who do you think I am, anyway? What do you think you're doing, using me like a servant or something?
Well, it's not like that. It's just that, as my parents say, it's natural for you to do such things like that as my wife.
Don't talk about things according to your parents' standards. I work too, so we are supposed to share the household chores with each other, right? I do the cooking every day because you say you can't cook. Besides, when we first got married, you were supposed to do the cleaning and laundry, but before I knew it, I'm doing it all the time now. I can feel that you're treating me and seeing me as like your servant, day by day.
Huh? It's not that.
But you have developed this strange pride. You know, you're just going to try and act cool and say things like men who live in condo don't do housework anyway, right?
What do you mean by try and act cool?
I guess I got it right on point, so he was slurring his words. So like that, our relationship was getting very strained. Then my husband did something unbelievable. One day when I came home from work, my in-laws were at home. Rachel, you finally came home? Oh, what happened, Wendy?
I was having an important talk with John. Honestly, we were going to tell you too, but you were just loafing around.
Important talk? Sorry, I was working late. So what's the important talk about? We're moving into this condo. Huh?
I talked it over with my mom and dad, and it's all decided. You didn't want me to give them a duplicate key, did you? So we thought it would be fine if they moved in with us, and that's what they suggested as well. And I thought their idea was great. We do still have enough rooms anyway.
No way. Why are you making such a decision on your own?
I told you we talked about it earlier. It's your fault for not being there to be in the discussion.
Yes, it's your fault. No. Then you should have told me in advance. Besides, I don't approve of living together. When I said that, my in-laws looked at me with a frown.
Why do I have to be told such a thing by you when you're just a wife?
That's right. You're so cocky, even though it's thanks to John that we're living in this condo in the first place. Huh? I had no idea what my in-laws were talking about.
Rachel gets carried away so quickly. You'll have a hard time with a wife like her.
Even my husband says something like that. As the conversation went on, I somehow understood what he meant. My husband apparently pretends that he bought this condo. In reality, it is in my name and I am paying 80% of the mortgage. No, currently my husband is not putting any money into the house at all, so I am bearing the entire fee. And my husband got carried away and says something like this.
If you're not being obedient, then I'm going to divorce you, okay?
Oh dear, you will be kicked out.
If you want to live a wealthy life, you'd better not defy John.
My parents-in-law also took advantage of my husband and provoked me like that. At this point, something snapped inside me. I was fed up with being with these people. Let's get a divorce then.
What?
The moment you say the word divorce, it's over. I can't do it with you anymore. My in-laws were surprised when I said that, but my in-laws, not wanting to be taken advantage of, proceeded on with the divorce talk. Such a cocky woman. You should leave her as you declared, John.
That's right, John. We don't want to live with such a woman either.
My husband seemed to have made up his mind to divorce me, being brainwashed by his parents like that.
You two are right. Just pack up your stuff and move out. I'm done with you.
I'm glad my husband agreed to the divorce. So we'll agree that there will be no division of property, right?
Of course. I'm not giving you a penny of my property.
I'm glad my husband is an idiot. Well, can you give me a few days to get ready for the move?
Get on with it. Well, since it'll be the weekend, I'm going on a trip with my mom and dad.
Oh, how nice! Let's go to a nice resort. My in-laws and husband were talking about their trip. It was nice for me to have some time without them. Then my husband and parents-in-law went back to their house. I immediately called the movers. Then they packed up my husband's belongings and moved them. A few days later, my husband came home alone.
What? You're still here?
My husband looked disappointed when he saw me.
Oh, I'll feel worse if I see your face now, since I just enjoyed so much on the trip.
Oh, well, can you sign the divorce papers for now?
What a hassle.
My husband filled out the divorce papers as he said that. Then he handed me the papers.
Hey, have you finished preparing to move out? It looks like there's still some of your stuff here.
Yeah, I've already sent all your stuff to your parents' house. There's nothing in your room at all.
Huh?
My husband was surprised to hear me say that.
What do you mean?
You really forgot, huh? You really forgot that this house is in my name. That I earn many times more than you. You must have lost track of what is the truth while lying to your parents.
Oh.
I think my husband finally realized the situation he was in. And my husband didn't expect what was going to happen to him in the end.
Wait a minute. So me and my parents can't live in this condo?
Yes, exactly. This condo is mine. And besides, my parents are moving in today.
Huh?
While we were talking about that, my parents came over. Oh, they just came. My husband's face turned blue and he froze when my parents came in.
John, I heard from our daughter. It seems you treated our precious daughter very badly. Oh, no. I mean, don't make excuses. I don't want to see your face. Get the heck out of my daughter's house.
My husband was so scared of my father, who was furious with him, that he left as if he was running away. I immediately filed for divorce papers and officially divorced my husband. My in-laws called me and yelled at me, but when I explained everything to them, they were absolutely mortified. Perhaps they had heard the truth from my husband as well. Oh, no!
I can't believe that John wasn't the one who bought the condo.
Oh, but please, Rachel, we have already sold our house, so let us live in that condo.
How can you be so arrogant? My parents have already moved in, so please give up. I said that and hung up the phone. My ex-in-laws then hurriedly looked for a room and managed to find a place to live, but they originally thought my husband was making enough money to buy the condo, and so they had bought various luxury brand bags, watches, and so on. Now they are being forced to live a very poor life because of those debts. On the other hand, I am still working hard and getting good results and promotions. I am really thankful that my mother does the housework so I can focus on my work in return. I am able to live happily with my family in a comfortable condo while also saving money. Although my marriage has failed, I am determined to be even more successful in my work. Thank you for watching until the end. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to our channel. See you in our next video.